literally just got slammed. The way his feelings are too much. Everything so far has been great. I am struggling a lot with the writing. Hello guys, I think the lighting is a little bit dark. It's kind of gloomy, so I hope you guys can ignore the lighting. But hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. I also sound very nasally because I am sick. I have the cold. As you guys can tell from the title below, I will be doing another reading romantasy books for a week / reading romantasy books that are a part of the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees. A lot of these books apparently are part of it. I know I've done this video this month, but I just have too many romantasy books on my physical TBR and I need to get through them. This is the first book I picked, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Really popular, really hyped. I don't know how I feel about it yet because I've read a little bit, but yeah, this has been overly talked about and I finally am getting into it. In this book, you're following Ophelia. She's our main protagonist. Her mom recently passed away and she has to take over this family legacy / family magic because her family are necromancers and she, as the first daughter, she has to take over this role. However, when her mom passed away, she ends up leaving lots of debt and loans to Ophelia. Essentially, her family manor is going to be taken away by the city, by the bank, and she has to figure out a way to pay off this debt. She also has a little sister called Genevieve who ends up joining this one game called Phantasma that is occurring in her town, in her city. It's a very dangerous game. It's something to do with like demons, the 7 deadly sins or something like that, or like the Princess of Hell. Ophelia ends up entering Phantasma as well to find her little sister. She then ends up meeting this one guy. I don't know, I'm not there yet, so I don't really know, but she ends up meeting this one guy, helps her get through this game. So far, that's all I know about this, but I have read up until chapter 6. This is page 44. As of now, I don't really know how to feel about it. The necromancer's part of this book is a little bit eerie and creepy. I am curious to see how Genevieve is going to like go about this game because she seems like a very impulsive type of character. We haven't gotten into the game yet, by the way, but we're still getting to know like the characters and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. I've heard kind of mixed reviews about this book. That is the first book of this video. Hopefully we'll be able to read a lot of books in this video because I am trying to get through as many romantasy books as possible, and I'll give you guys more updates as we go. Chapter 27 of Phantasma, which is why I'm here to give an update more than halfway through. I have read half of this book and I think that there are some pros and cons definitely about this book. First off, I like that it's really easy to read. Really simple world building. It's just a lot of devils and demons and ghosts, ghouls, phantoms, all of those things. I also really like Blackwell, which is our male main character, the guy that is helping Ophelia in Phantasma. I guess I think the main reason why this book is iffy for me is because of Ophelia's character, but also her in the game in particular. It's a lot of Ophelia needing Blackwell's help throughout the game, and it's like if she doesn't have Blackwell, she will literally not survive Phantasma. Ophelia just needs help all the time, and the thing is, there's a lot of contestants in this, but all these contestants who do not have Blackwell's help, who basically go through these trials themselves, they seem to be able to go through them perfectly fine. So it's like Ophelia is just a damsel in distress. It makes her seem that way. I just have to be honest, I don't really enjoy that. I love a good strong main protagonist and I feel like Ophelia is not giving that. So it's a little bit irritating in that aspect. Also, it's not slow burn. It's pretty much insta love, insta attraction. And I love a good old tension, slow burn, pining type of situation that I don't see in this book. I'm going to continue reading this. I'm gonna probably finish it today. It's not bad because the writing is very fast-paced and I am flying through the book. I will give you guys more updates as we go, but I probably will update you guys once I'm done with the book. That's that. I will see you guys later. Look like a freaking egg, but girl literally just got slammed. Literally just got slammed by this book because what in the world? What in the world did I just read? It went to a place that I did not expect it to go to. And I have to be honest, I am surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting that. That was definitely a big surprise for me. Props to that. Like, I have to say. I did not expect that. I finished Phantasma just now, which is great because I wasn't expecting to get this book done in one day, and I did. Definitely enjoyed the ending, and I did not expect that plot reveal coming in. Now that I think about it again, I think I was just too invested in having a fun time with reading this book that I wasn't thinking too much about what's going to happen next. In hindsight, it was pretty obvious. The ending was all over the place, in my opinion, but in the best way possible. It was very dramatic, jam-packed with lots of information, but I did like how it ended, and I like that this is a standalone, so I don't have to like pick up the second book of a series. I think it's interconnected. There's gonna be another book after this, I'm pretty sure, which I don't know who it's about, but I would love to see a book on Genevieve, Ophelia's sister. I love her. I think I have to talk about like my favorite character. I think Genevieve's my favorite character. I definitely do not enjoy Ophelia as a main protagonist. I don't think that she gives off main character energy. She seems like a very weak, naive, very easily swayed type of character. I don't see a lot of growth in her in this book. There's barely any growth. Actually, there's a lot of opportunity for this book to showcase lots of strength in the main character, but it wasn't there. I also had a little bit of issues with the trials in this book. Like, it wasn't that fun. There were like some trials that were interesting, but as you go on with each level, it didn't feel like the stakes were getting higher and higher, to be honest. The first few trials were actually way crazier than the last few trials. It's a fun book, but I'm not gonna be crazy about it, I think, and that's why this was probably going to be like a 3.5 stars. I flew through this book, and the writing is really easy to read, easy to consume. I know a lot of people love this book, but I think for me, I wanted more with the characters, and it didn't give that. Overall, great start to this reading vlog, and we're gonna pick out our next book, which I don't think I haven't taken it yet. Let me grab it. Batteries are dying, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'm picking A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. This is the second book following A Dawn of Onyx, and I've read that book in the previous romantasy when I uploaded previous to this video, I'm pretty sure. And this book is also a part of the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees for the romantasy section category. I've been really wanting to get this series read, and the last book just came out, so I feel like it's about time for me to get this second book read. I have a bit of high expectations for this book because I've heard great things about it. A Dawn of Onyx, the Sacred Stones trilogy. You're following Faye. There's war going on, and Arwen is in the middle of said war, and her brother is a part of the army. Something happens, she ends up getting caught, and she gets brought to the Onyx Kingdom, where she meets a prisoner who ends up helping her in this whole situation. There's a lot of things going on in that book, but it's the second book, and I'm excited. So let's just get right into A Promise of Peridot tonight, because I still have lots of time to read, and I'm in a reading mood, so I'm gonna get this started. Wow, this man, the way he's pining for her, the way his feelings are too much, it's so painful, but it's so good. The existence of this man, honestly, is foul. I have reached chapter 16 of A Promise of Peridot. This is page 136, and oh my gosh, the male main character, Cain, in this book, he has upgraded. He has upgraded from the first book. He is so freaking good. And when I talk about like tension or like pining, this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I want that, like, that little burn that you get from all of like the words, the thoughts that he has, or the thoughts that she has, all of the little things, the banter. This is what I mean. I'm eating it up. It's like so freaking good. There is one line that literally made me gasp. It's not a spoiler, by the way, but it says, "But because this wasn't rage at all, it was grief. I would not be able to endure her with someone else. I wasn't strong enough. I had never been strong enough to lose her." You can feel the pain in him, like you can feel his pain. But yeah, as you guys can tell, having a great time. It's so good. I am gonna continue reading this. I am so happy. I'm excited. Let's get into it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's currently raining outside, so I thought I would give an update of A Promise of Peridot. I am at chapter 42 now. I've read so much, you guys. This is page 387. I'm almost done with the book. That's great because I wasn't expecting to get this book done read in a day, but I just couldn't stop reading it. A lot of the things that I found problematic in the first book, especially with the main character, I just felt like there was contradicting factors about them as a character and to how they're acting. But I feel like in this book they really solidified themselves as main characters, which I really liked. I love the romance in this book. This romance is amazing, especially Kane's POV. When he talks about Arwen, it's so freaking sweet. It always makes me giggle. There are lots of things happening. There are lots of plot reveals to happen that I feel like will play a big role in the last book, but maybe not now. We don't really know what they're used for and like how this information is actually going to help with the whole plot. It's so good. It's so much better than the first book for sure. I love it. I love the plot. I love the storyline. I think everything so far has been great. I can't think of anything bad right now. So that's that with A Promise of Peridot. I'm going to continue reading this. And yeah, I am going to update you guys either tonight or tomorrow, depending on my reading. But so far, so good. The ending of this book was horrifying. Blasphemous. So conflicted now because the last thing I need to do is pick up A Reign of Rose, which is the last book of the series. I'm like so overwhelmed right now. Oh my gosh. What did I just read? I had like 50 pages left when I stopped reading the book. I had dinner and then I read those last 50 pages. Oh my gosh, everything went down the drain. It got worse and worse and worse, and then the cliffhanger hit and I was screaming. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't... Anyway, I am officially done with reading A Promise of Peridot. Also really happy that I got this done in a day. Plot-wise and the storyline and everything, it flowed so much better in the first book. There were a lot of things happening, so it wasn't boring, and it was quite unpredictable. I didn't know where the plot was going to go. I didn't know which direction it was wanting to go. So overall, it was not a boring read for me. But that ending, I want to say that it's great that I was surprised, but also at the same time, it felt like a little bit like a cop-out. I didn't see it coming just because I thought that it wasn't even a possible thing. I want to pick up A Reign of Rose so badly, but I might just get it on my Kindle because right now at this moment I can't buy it anywhere. It's not available anywhere. Wow, this is great. This was so much better than the first book. I am so impressed writing wise, plotting, pacing, the romance. My current like tentative rating is 4.5, but we'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, last book of this video. I am conflicted. I'm so confused. I also realized that I only have like a few days to read because I am going somewhere on Friday. I'm going on a little trip. I'm gonna come back to you guys once I figured out what book I want to read next. You know what the ending gave me? It gave me Throne of Glass vibes. Going to think about this. I'm gonna sit on it. I do have to edit a few videos, so I'm gonna do that first before I pick a book and read. I will catch up with you guys probably tomorrow morning. I know I look like this. We shall ignore that. I just came back from a workout and then I need to leave very, very soon, so I had no time to wash my hair. I am here to pick my next book to show you guys what I'm going to be reading in these next few days. I originally wanted to pick out a different book for this video, but then I decided to move that book to a different reading vlog that I'm going to do next week, and I wanted to keep in theme of me reading the Goodreads nominees for the romantasy section. And I was looking through the nominees and I realized I do own a book on there that I have not read, that I have been pushing off for a while, but it's not actually a pretty long book. Like, it's pretty short, and so I'm gonna be picking it up for this video, and that is Faebound by Sarah L. Arifi. I've been putting it off for a while. I know I bought this in the beginning of this year, either March or like January. I don't know which one, but I know I bought this for a very long time, and I have gotten through a little bit of it the last time I picked it up, which is like a few months ago, but I didn't continue on with my read. I want to get into this world and I want to see if I will like it or not, just because I've heard mixed feelings about it. When it first came out, there were a lot of TikToks that loved it so much, but now I see a lot of mixed reviews. So I'm gonna pick this up. From what I know, it's sapphic romance, and it's about fays, and our two main characters are elven, and the fays in this world are very dangerous. And these two, they're sisters. Something happens to one of them. They end up getting exiled to the Feyland. One of them is called Yiren, who's a part of like the military in the elven world. Lettel is a diviner and she can like read prophecies in the future. But that's all I know about this. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna run my errands. I have lots of things to do today. So I'm gonna go and do that. And then I will catch up with you guys once I have more updates today. We shall see. I have updates on Faebound. I have reached part 2 of this book. And I'm at chapter 15. This is page 133. I have read more than a third of the book, I think. And I have a few thoughts about this. I think storyline and plotting wise, it's very different than a lot of the fantasy romance books I've read. Even though it is about the Fae, there's a lot more with the Fae. There are these elven people, there are humans. And so they play different roles in this world. And it's really fun to see it kind of unravel because you don't really know what's gonna happen. But I think the writing is what I'm like struggling with a little bit. Pretty easy to like read and understand, but it's so straightforward that you don't really feel a lot of emotions. I don't really feel connected with the characters of this book, with any of them really. I don't know how to feel with the book. I'm kind of bored reading it, but I want to get to know more about the storyline, especially Iren. Like I don't really feel anything when it comes to her as a character. Those are my thoughts. I am going to go now. I will give you guys more updates tonight. Hopefully I'll read more. So yeah, I have reached the halfway point. I'm at chapter 20. This is page 187. And I think after reading 50% of this book, I have a very vivid understanding of why I don't like this book so much. So in Faebound, there is this commodity. It's not a commodity. It's a rare item. It's the skin of an obeah. Obeahs, O-B-E-A-H. They are creatures. They're like animals that are currently borderline extinct because the elven army uses the skin of the obeah as their weaponry. Whatever weapons they have, they will layer it with the skin in order to strengthen it. And also the skin of the obeah has magic. And these animals, they were abundant before, but because of the war that the elven people are going through, they are now pretty much extinct. It's really hard to find them. And at first, it didn't really bother me that there is animal cruelty in this book. But then as I read on, the significance of the obeah plays a huge role in the book. And it really irked me that there was a scene, I guess, in the book where an obeah was slaughtered. It's not nice reading about it. It might not seem like a big deal because obviously these obeahs are fictional, but reading about it and knowing their significance is, now thinking about it, is very, very disturbing, and I'm not enjoying that part. Also, the fact that Iren, as the main protagonist, literally has no tact. There are a lot of aspects in this book where Iren has made mistakes, but then her response to those mistakes never made it seem like she was actually guilty about it, that she felt like she's something wrong with it. And also her mindset about the war and the army and all of that is very close-minded. I really cannot find any sort of respect for her as a character. Lastly, a thing that I don't like about this book is apparently the romances are insta-love. And it's both romances, by the way. Iren has a love line, Little has a love line. They're both insta-love. I think it's the writing. I think the writing is too boring, clunky. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if the ending is an option because I do want to know what's gonna happen in the book. I know for sure the writing I'm not vibing with, but I want to know, like, world building wise, if things are going to improve. I will read this tomorrow and give you guys my last update. But yeah, I'm going to go now. I'm gonna go to sleep soon and I will give you guys updates tomorrow about Faebound. New location because I thought I would do my makeup while I talk about my book. I've reached page 273. This is chapter 29. I am less than 100 pages left to the end, which is great. It's currently like 12 p.m. I think, and I want to get ready for the day because I have a lot of videos to film today. I did my base makeup already. Also, I'm not struggling with acne anymore. If you've watched a few of my videos, which if you haven't, it's fine. If you have watched a few of my videos, you will notice that I've had like acne on my cheeks for a while, but now I'm officially over it. I went to a facial and they helped me clear it. So I'm gonna do makeup but just a little bit. I can't really do too much because I don't really want my acne to come back. I want to talk about faebound real quick while I do my makeup so that I can like save time. I don't know how to feel about faebound. I think I'm still very much not enjoying it. I am struggling a lot with the writing. I don't vibe with it. There's a lot of clunky writing when it comes to like the descriptions and especially the emotions, the narration with the characters. I feel very much excluded from the conversation. It feels like I'm a third party, which yes, I am a third party, but I would love to also like be able to understand where the emotions these characters are feeling are coming from. I have also theories about where this is going to go. Obviously, I might be wrong, but I have a feeling that things are going to happen and it's going to happen the way I predict it's going to happen. I think that's about it with my feelings on faebound. I'm gonna quickly finish off my makeup and then I need to film videos today because I actually decided that I'm gonna be doing bookmas. For a while I wasn't going to do bookmas just because I felt a little bit of pressure when it comes to making videos, but I kind of tried to go around the schedule a little bit, tried and make it work, but I am not gonna put too much pressure on myself if I end up not being able to like make as many videos as I want to. I'm looking at the camera and my highlight is great. Okay, I'm gonna finish off my makeup and I will see you guys later. I finished Faebound by Sarah L. Arifi. I gotta admit though that the last 100 pages I basically skimmed. There was a plot twist I didn't see coming, but the others I saw from a mile away. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the culprit of the situation that happened. I don't like this book. The writing I think is the clunkiest thing I've ever read in my life. The romance is not enjoyable at all. I hated the spice. It was so cringy. I only continued on reading this book just so that I could know what happened plot-wise because I felt like there's just so much you could do with this world, but the world building, the fantasy, the magic, everything lacked, and I cannot envision myself continuing on with the series because I didn't like the writing at all. It was not enjoyable. Unfortunately, I didn't like this book. If I have to rate it, I think I would rate it like 1 star. With that being said, I'm done with Faebound. That is it for this book, and also that is it for this video. I read 3 books. I liked some, I didn't like some, but overall I'm really happy about the books that I've read, and that I read a lot of books this week, that I actually picked up books because I feel like I haven't really read a lot last month, so I really want to read a lot this month. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys enjoy watching my videos. It will mean a lot to me, and I promise to upload more videos, and you guys can look out for bookmas, which is coming up very, very soon. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!